everyone. We are back with another episode in the series of Good Touch and Bad Touch. Um, in today's episode, as we had promised you, we are bringing you details regarding the POCSO Act, and Mrs. Nalini Ramesh will give us the details. Welcome, and let us start with the first thing. What is the full form of POCSO and who is it applicable to?
Prevention of children from sexual abuses.
Okay. And this is applicable for any specific age group.
It's below 18 years.
So it basically applicable for minors only.
Yes.
And so in this specific act, when last time we had discussed, my question to you was, if a certain abuse is brought to light, wherever, by whoever, then what is the first step that the person has to do? Contact the police or a counselor?
See, whether the parents have to contact the police or the counselor, I think the parents have to take the call.
Okay.
As we have already discussed in our previous episode, that if it is, there are some offenses which can be managed at home with the help of the counselor. But there are some offenses, yes, we do need to register a complaint. This is again the parents will take the call.
Okay. So any rules for making the complaint? Does the act specify anything?
Oh yes. See, first and foremost, समजा आपल्याला आता कंप्लेंट करायची असेल तर वी नीड टू रजिस्टर द कंप्लेंट विदिन 24 hours.
That is mandatory.
That is mandatory. Let's call that, if it is, the complaint is registered within 24 hours, the process starts faster.
Okay.
And as we go and complain to the police station, that is the sole testimony. All the details will be asked. So one has to go and register the complaint, giving all the minute details about the offense.
So when we say we have to give the minute details of the offense, how is the procedure for the minor involved, who is the victim?
Okay. Now, if the child is very small, say for example, if the child is around 3.5 to 3 years old, now the child knows very well that somebody has crossed my physical boundaries. Now the child may not be able to tell everything in detail. Here the role of the counselor comes. And if you are registering a complaint, the counselor also helps the child and the parents.
Okay.
And also let me tell you that if the parents are not very comfortable going to a police station, the lady police comes home or wherever it is, the child feels safe. So that the child is very comfortable in that environment, in that atmosphere, and then the child starts communicating with them.
So will they be dressed up in uniform, because that may alarm the child?
Yes. No, the lady police, and even if we go to the police station, we can ask for a lady police. And the lady police comes home or wherever the child is comfortable, and she comes in just like you
plain clothes.
Just like you and me.
Yes. And how is the procedure thereafter? Is the counselor provided by the police as well, in case the parents or whoever doesn't know whom to contact?
See, it's always better that the parents takes the counselor with them, because what happens is that, see, for any parent, if such offenses is happening or it has happened, it's not an easy thing for them to accept it. They are under tremendous pressure. They are like, they are actually, they are devastated. So here the role of the counselor comes. So that the parents will be prepared to go to the police station and take strict actions.
How does the questioning of the child or the victim happen?
See, when let's take for example a small child, 3 to 4 year old child. it's not that what we have been seeing in Hindi films. Court hai, kacheri hai, 10 sawal puchte. It's nothing like that. We are so influenced by that. Now, if you see, the POCSO chamber is a very child-friendly chamber. Even the people who are there, say for example, if there is a lawyer or whoever it is, even they'll be wearing clothes like common man. It's not, they don't wear
Not,
the uniform.
not the uniform.
To make the child very, very comfortable. Then, see, when we are working with the child, it will take some time. It's not that the child is going to tell everything within 1 or 2 days in words. The child will have his or her own expression of we are communicating with them, what has happened to the child. Let's take one, we have an example where this particular person who is an adult, the so-called full-grown adult, he was abusing the child. Why don't you touch this part of my body? So all to the child trying to tell all these things, it will take some time for the child. Here, let me tell you, if whatever the child says, the child is 3 or 4 years, there is no proof required.
Okay.
Yes, there is no proof required.
So whatever the child says is considered as the last testimony.
Yes, but there is a process of, interacting with the child. Making the child exactly communicate what it is. So for this, whoever is working with the child needs tremendous patience.
So then how exactly is that chamber where the child is taken?
Yes, it is it's not like what we see in films and all. It is the chamber where the child will feel very, very comfortable. It's just like, what, now how do I say?
Play area?
Yeah, more or less. Like an area where the child will be very, very comfortable. That much I can tell.
So you provide toys or something like that?
Yeah.
So it feels like a friendly place where the child has been brought to play and have a good time.
Good time.
In the presence of parents?
Yes. That's also allowed. Parents can also be there. No problem.
Okay.
Yes.
The next thing that comes to my mind is now up to 18 years is a big age group. So so the child can be 2, 3, 5 years old, or the child can be a 16-year-old who actually understands things. So my question is there any differentiation between children who are of a smaller age group rather than the bigger age group?
What we discussed just now is that when the child is very small, this is a procedure. Now, if the child is around 14, 15, say after 12, if the offenses have crossed certain limitations, then the girl or a boy is taken to the hospital for investigation. Here what happens if the child is around 13 or 14 years, so definitely if the investigation is going on, if the doctor says, okay, why don't you remove your clothes? So the child won't be comfortable. Here the counselor comes. So the procedure there is different. Like there are so many investigations that has to be done for collecting the proof.
Okay. So that won't happen for, say, kids below 8 years age.
Small kids, it's a different thing.
Okay. Who has the rights to report an incident? Because the incident can happen at home, it can happen in school, it can happen in a public place like the road, or any other place like a park or movie theater. So who can intervene or who can report? Are there any rules to it?
See, the fact that children are minor, who can report? We as parents, definitely. We as member of the society. We as a member in a school. It can be the principal or a teacher or any staff. These people are definitely above 18.
Right.
And also, we as citizen of Bharat, we can also definitely
report such
yes.
incidents. Things happening in home will obviously be taken care of by parents. What about things that happen on the road?
See here, I would like to quote an example. I think some 4 to 6 months back, I was just going through that Pashan area. So I saw this one small girl. She must be in, I think, 7th or 8th standard, wearing the uniform. And there was a man who was riding the bicycle, and he was trying to follow her. Now, see, just by looking at it, the girl was holding her bag like this, and she was trying to walk, and then she was trying to run. And this fellow was on the bicycle. Now, the content of the conversation, no, not conversation, what exactly this fellow is telling that girl, only they both can hear.
Right.
So, the way the girl was walking and trying to running fast, she was trying to run fast. We definitely, by just looking at it,
The scared look on the face
scared look on the girl, and she was trying to run, and her facial expression. Come on, yeah, you don't have to be educated for all this. Anybody can make out.
Yes.
As citizen of India, we can go. Like then somehow we saw to it that I went there, I stopped the vehicle, and then I just just to protect her on the spot. Like I said, काय चाललंय? Then he was like, तुम्हाला काय करायचंय? So we have to be prepared for all this nonsense. So I said, हो मला करायचंच आहे म्हणून मी विचारते काय. Then that girl was standing there. And somehow then he went away. So in this case, like I told her, where do you stay and all that? Give me your number. आईचा नंबर असेल किंवा बाबांचा नंबर असेल तर मला दे. So I called them up. Then they came and they took the child. You got it?
This is one way,
different scenario you will get.
This is one way we can protect the child.
Yes.
However, if the abuse has already happened and we happen to see it after it has happened, then we can go to the police station and report it. So we have that right.
Yes, we can go. As citizen of Bharat, we can definitely do that.
Any other examples where it is happening in a society, a housing society?
Here we can talk about prevention. As member of society, any society at large, आपण काय करू शकतो की इट्स अ व्हेरी लाईक सपोजिंग आपण येतोय 9:30 रात्री आपण येतोय, वी सॉ सम चिल्ड्रन आर प्लेइंग देअर अँड द सोसायटी इज deserted. Definitely we can go and talk to them. And let me tell you here that awareness is very, very important. असं कोणालाही वाटायला नको नाही माझी मुलं मोठी झाली आपल्याला काही घेणं देणं आहे. नो. Awareness is psychological health according to WHO. Like we are coming at 9 o'clock at night, it is deserted and there are 2 kids playing. कोणीच नाही आहे तिथे. Yes, definitely we tell them. I have told so many times. की 9 वाजले, काय करतोय तू इथे? नाही आम्ही खेळतोय, नाही चला चला उद्या शाळा आहे घरी जा. So this is a way we can do it. And also जेव्हा आपण लिफ्टमध्ये येतोय, आपण म्हणतोय कॅमेरा लावले आहेत सगळीकडे म्हणून, तरी सुद्धा like we see there are some antisocial elements trying to get, whatever, sales kartayat or whatever it may be. Then there's a girl standing there. So definitely I would go inside the lift. 11th floor मध्ये जाऊन 12th floor मध्ये जाऊन मी परत येईन. That's okay.
That's okay. You at least protect, because what you're saying is so right. We have these delivery people, food delivery people, or any other delivery people who enter the lift with kids.
See,
then yes, we can actually get inside the lift.
See, why food delivery people? कोणी पण येऊ शकतो.
Anyone actually. Anyone.
Well qualified people, well educated people.
Correct.
येऊ शकतो. Coming from a so called very good family. कोणी पण येऊ शकतो. आपल्याला दिसलं, it's right in front of you. Why not give 5 minutes? या काय फरक पडतोय त्याच्यात?
Correct. So these were the examples where the victim and the abuser were in front of each other.
Yes.
I want to take the case of online abuse.
Oh yeah.
So as per this act, what are the provisions for online abuse? How do we prevent, or any pointers on that?
See, as far as cyber crime is concerned, let us keep it aside for some time. We will work on those things. We will talk about those things that we understand and that we can work upon.
Mm.
For example, when any a child under 18 years, the parents have to monitor कुठल्या साईटमध्ये जातो तो. आता असं झालंय की एनी स्कूल किंवा कॉलेजेस की हा यू गो ऑन दिस साईट, डाउनलोड करा ना, तुम्हाला पटकन प्रिंट आउट काढता येईल, वेदर इट इज अ प्रोजेक्ट or it is a research work. I'll tell you one case. फेसबुकमध्ये असं झालं होतं की देर वॉज दिस गर्ल हू एक्सेप्टेड द फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम द अदर साईड. आता आपल्याला माहीतच नसतं की हू इज देअर ऑन द अदर साईड. तुम्ही कुठलंही पोस्ट लावू शकतो आपण. यू अंडरस्टूड? इफ सपोजिंग अ गर्ल हू इज 14 years old, 15 years old, तिला किंवा त्याला माहिती आहे फेसबुकमध्ये कसं जायचं, पण त्या बाजूला कोण आहे माहीत नसतं. ही ऑर शी कॅन ऑलवेज गिव्ह अ व्हेरी हँडसम, गुड लुकिंग, ब्युटिफुल फोटो अँड स्टार्ट चॅटिंग. असं एक केस घडलेलं आहे. This girl, and how it was, the whole thing, how it was done, I would like to share with our audience so that somewhere we'll get some lessons and we will also start working with our children, especially when they are on Facebook or Google or whatever it is. असं होतं, this 14, I think 14 or 15, there was no monitoring. Whenever the child wants, she can sit कुठेही, बसमध्ये असो, कारमध्ये असो, वी कॅन डू इट टाईप्स. तर दिस गर्ल, काय झालं होतं तिला, की तिला एक फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट आली होती फेसबुकमध्ये, अँड ही वॉज सो गुड लुकिंग अँड शी एक्सेप्टेड द फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट अँड ते कॉन्स्टंट चॅटिंग चालू होतं. तर असं झालं, मग त्यांनी हिला म्हटलं की वी विल मीट इन CCD जे पण त्यांचं मीटिंग पॉइंट आहे. अँड देन कुठे ना कुठे शी जस्ट कॅज्युअली टोल्ड हर मदर की मी इथे इथे चालली आहे, आय डोंट नो व्हॉट टाईम आय कम. इवन अनघा CCD जे पण आहे, इट वॉज व्हेरी नियर टू हर प्लेस.
ओके.
तरी सुद्धा शी सेड आय डोंट नो व्हॉट टाईम आय कम. दिस वॉज अ कॅच फॉर द मदर. सो शी सेड हो हो जा ना, इथेच चालली ना तू, जाऊन ये. अँड देन शी इमिजिएटली टोल्ड हर फादर की असं असं आहे म्हणून. तर ते, आणि त्याच्या हे सगळं झाल्यानंतर दे वेंट टू दॅट प्लेस अँड देन काय त्यांचं चॅटिंग चाललं होतं तेही आम्हाला नंतर कळालं. आय एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू द प्रोसेस अँड द आफ्टर ऍक्शन केल्यानंतर काय, ऍक्शन झाल्यानंतर काय काय झालं. तर ते झाल्यानंतर देन दे वेंट देअर अँड ऑल दॅट. देन चॅटिंगच्या प्रोसेसमध्ये ही सेड दॅट मी आय एम गोइंग टू वेअर दिस शर्ट अँड ऑल दॅट, यू नो which color dress you're going to wear. Then you know how these young girls are, I mean below 18 years. Then she said, no, I'm going to wear red color, I'm going to wear blue color or whatever it is. जाऊन तिथे भेटला आणि तिथे she was waiting for 1.5 hours. कोणी आलं नाही. परत तिने ते लॅपटॉप उघडलं, लॅपटॉपमध्येच का चॅटिंग होतोय तिथे गेल्यावर सुद्धा. यू कॅन टॉक लाईक दिस, राईट?
राईट.
तर झाल्यानंतर म्हणजे कुठे ना कुठे दॅट फेलो इज ऑल्सो मॉनिटरिंग. यू अंडरस्टूड व्हॉट आय एम सेइंग?
दॅट इज शी बिंग फॉलोड
वगैरे वगैरे. तर ती बसली होती, पेरेंट्स पण शांत बसले होते. त्याच्यानंतर आफ्टर 1.5 to 2 hours दिस फेलो कम्स. दिस फेलो इज 62-year-old man.
Oh my God.
This girl is 15. The parents were so, I would not say smart, like they had so much awareness that they had already kept everything ready. आणि तिथे ते लोक पोलिसांना पण नेलं होतं. And that fellow was caught red-handed. त्याच्यानंतरची जी प्रोसेस आहे की यु नो हाऊ दे आर गोइंग टू, व्हॉट दे आर गोइंग टू डू अबाउट इट, हाऊ दे आर गोइंग टू एज्युकेट द गर्ल, हे जरा अजून स्ट्रिक्ट होत झालं घरी त्यांच्या. सेम थिंग, बऱ्याच मुली अशा असतात तर ते सेल्फीमध्ये त्यांचे व्हिडिओ काढतात ते, अँड दे आर सेंडिंग इट. यू गॉट इट. अँड काही गोष्टी असं होतात की सेल्फी किंवा ते स्वतःचं व्हिडिओ क्लिप करतात आणि ते पाठवून देतात. दॅट इज ऑल्सो डेंजरस.
That gets misused.
That's very dangerous. That's why screen time has to be monitored. ते टीव्ही असो, मोबाईल असो, एनी स्क्रीन टाईम, कुठलाही स्क्रीन असो, त्याच्यासाठी वी हॅव टू अलॉट टाइम ॲज पेरेंट्स.
Now, my next point is that in today's world, a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, they times have changed, and they may be involved in a consensual relationship. So, what does the POCSO Act say about such cases? Because they are minors, or one may be minor and the other may not be a minor, but it's a consensual relationship.
See, in such type of relationship where the child is below 18, we would say that it is best the parents, handle the way the parents will handle it. It's far more effective at a very initial stage.
Right. And what happens in case one of them is an adult and one person is a minor?
Oh, I would like to tell all our audience the punishment is very strict. It's to 5 to 7 years. I mean, you can check online also. 5 to 7 years imprisonment. And I would like to say here, हे आता पूर्वीसारखं राहिलेलं नाहीये. Now our law and order is very strict. It doesn't spare an adult who is involved in this act. Second and third, there is also what do I say, a vigilant force on all this.
Okay.
See, पूर्वी कसं होत होतं, I would like to mention here, of course it's slightly
Off the topic.
yeah, it's just that it comes in the mind, so I'm trying to share. पूर्वी कसं होतं ना का, आत्ता कोविड सारखं एड्सचं जे होतं ना, HIV पॉझिटिव्ह, त्या वेळेला असं एक बिलीफ सिस्टम झालेलं होतं की इफ यू हॅव अ रिलेशन विथ अ चाइल्ड, एड्स बरा होता.
Oh my God. So that must have given
That time,
rise to
so many things. तर कसं होतं अशा वेळेला की तिथे त्या वेळेला कसं होतं की द लॉ अँड ऑर्डर आणि आत्ताची लॉ अँड ऑर्डर, there's lot of difference. आणि असं होतच नाही की हाँ मैं ऐसा सब कर दूंगा, बच्चा है, किसी को क्या पता चलेगा, मैं निकल जाऊंगा. इट डजंट हैपन लाइक दैट. Once it is reported, I mean, the proper things, the proper rules and regulations are applied. But if the complaint is not real, then also it has got consequences.
Okay.
काही झालेलंच नाही and then I go and complain, I have to bear the consequences.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Because you cannot have false accusations on anyone.
Of anybody. Yeah.
To summarize, is there any message? Because since this is a culmination of 3 episodes and we've come to the end of this topic, what are your final thoughts? What would you like to tell the audience?
See, again, I would like to tell your audience once we say that POCSO, protection of child against sexual abuses. The word protection or prevention, I would again say the parents. The parents can protect the child. Then, of course, everything is there. We have legalities, we have law and order. हे सगळं आहेच, no doubt about it, and it is very strict. But प्रिव्हेंटच करायचं असेल तर लेट स्टार्ट communicating with the child. Let start being with the child, playing with the child. आता हे खूप कमी राहिलंय अनघा.
Okay, thank you so much, Nalini, for all the insight. And it is a vast subject.
Oh yeah.
And I think we just touched the surface of it.
Absolutely.
And so although we are ending this topic here, but we will soon meet you with some other topics going forward. Thank you so much.
They can also suggest if they need any topic.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.